As I'm recording this video, the Hawks just beat the Grizzlies, who legit has a young star in John Morant. And after defeating the Grizzlies, the Hawks are 2-0. Trey Young is literally averaging 36 points a game, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds, shooting 46% from 3. And I know it's only been 2 games, but Trey Young literally put up 37 against the Bulls, and then the next game 36 against the Grizzlies. Like, I don't care what people say, Trey Young is like that. 36 a game? Like, the Hawks' future is literally looking insane. And this year, I think they can make a push to make the 8th seed and finally make the playoffs. This offseason, the Hawks acquired Rajon Rondo, Bogdanovic, Gallinari, and Chris Dunn. And Clutch Points literally ranked the Hawks offseason a B+ for acquiring those players. But before I actually start the video, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button and leave a like on today's video for more basketball content. And yeah, let's get right into the video.
Walton can tip it. Bryant with the save.
Oh, you gotta get a shot here.
Final seconds. Bryant for the win. Bang!
So last season, the Hawks were the 14th worst team in the East, only winning 20 games that short season. And in that season, John Collins only played 41 games, averaging 21 points and 10 rebounds, averaging a double-double. And the Hawks really don't know what they're going to do with John Collins because he is injured a lot and he wants a max contract. So if you're a Hawks fan, leave a comment down below if you think John Collins deserves a max contract. But anyways, the Hawks are one of the worst teams in the NBA last season. And the only reason they were so bad was because their defense was really bad. Like, I'm pretty sure the Hawks gave up the most points in the NBA last season. Like, even though they were a top scoring team in the NBA, like, your defense can't be that bad. Like, there has to be balance if they really want to make the playoffs. In this year's draft, the Hawks drafted Onyeka Okongwu for the 6th pick in the draft. He's a 6'9" big man that can defend and score in the paint at will. His shot percentage in college was 61%. Like, this man never missed in college. Like, ho. So starting right now, the Hawks have Trey Young at point guard, Bogdanovic at shooting guard, Cam Reddish at small forward, Deandre Hunter at power forward, and John Collins at the center position. Which, not gonna lie, is a pretty solid starting lineup in the East. Like I said already, you have an elite point guard in Trey Young who can literally shoot the ball lights out, basically another Steph Curry. But he obviously can't play defense, obviously. But he does make it up for his scoring on offense. And they got a shooting guard in Bogdanovic, who literally was on the Kings last year, and he's a really good offensive player that can literally stretch the floor just like Trey Young. Next, we have a young small forward in Cam Reddish, who last year did not play that well, but in the last couple games proved himself that he can be that guy on the floor. Another young piece on this starting lineup is Deandre Hunter, who's a solid offensive player and a really good defender that can defend all positions. And at the center position, we already know John Collins, the double-double guy, the guy who's literally always injured, but hopefully this season he can stay healthy and help this Hawks team finally make a push to the playoffs. And the pieces they required for this bench is Rajon Rondo, who literally won a championship last year with the Lakers, who is a veteran point guard who knows how to run point guard in the NBA. It can help Trey Young and other rookies on this team. Oh, and I forgot to mention another young piece on this bench, Kevin Huerter. He literally had 21 points against the Grizzlies, shooting 4 for 5 from 3, 8 for 12 from the field. And this kid can literally shoot the ball like Trey Young. When they drafted him, I literally saw Klay Thompson in his game. Like, he's a really good player. And him and Trey Young are going to be a nice duo in the future. Now, looking at this Eastern Conference bracket, a lot of people might not have the Hawks making the playoffs. I personally have the Hawks making the playoffs. I can see them pushing for the 8th seed this year, finally making the playoffs, because we already know the teams like the Pacers, the 76ers, the Nets of course, Celtics, Heat, Bucks, and Raptors are all going to make the playoffs. We obviously know those teams are going to make the playoffs. But there's one more spot for a team that can make the playoffs. And I think that team can be the Hawks. It's either the Hawks or the Magic. And I got my money on the Hawks. This team upgraded their bench a lot, getting Gallinari, getting Rondo, getting Bogdanovic. Like, I would be really upset if the Hawks didn't make the playoffs this season. And Trey Young is literally one of my favorite players in the NBA, besides Kyrie. Like, the way he plays the game is so smooth. His vision is insane. Like, if he does not carry this team to the playoffs, I'm going to be upset. And like I said, this Hawks team added a lot of talent, and I think they have what it takes to make the playoffs. And the Hawks are the team to watch in the East right now. And they don't even have all their players healthy right now. And Yeke Okongwu, the rookie they just selected in this year's draft, is out right now. Chris Dunn, they just signed him a couple weeks ago. He's out right now. Tony Snell is out with a foot injury. Clint Capella is out, their starting big man. And even Gallinari is out with a foot injury. So all those players are key players that when they come back from injury, they're going to be key for this Hawks team. And I know I sound like a Hawks fan right now, but I just really want this team to make the playoffs. And I think the Hawks can make the playoffs with this roster. And the Hawks signing Chris Dunn is literally going to help Trey Young a lot in the backcourt, because Chris Dunn is one of the best perimeter defenders as a guard in the NBA. But let me know in the comments if you guys think the Hawks can make the playoffs this year, because with all the added pieces they added this year, they should be able to. And if not, the Hawks are going to have to get rid of or sign John Collins to a max contract. And I don't know if he's worth a max contract. So when the Hawks have everybody healthy, they're going to have John Collins out there as power forward, Clint Capella at center. And don't forget, Clint Capella, while he was playing with the Houston Rockets, was literally unstoppable, grabbing boards, offensive boards for James Harden. Like, that team was actually really good with Clint Capella. They're obviously going to have Trey Young at point guard, who, like I said, is literally an elite point guard. They have a good defender in Chris Dunn and Deandre Hunter.